training your puppy, you're probably thinking about things like teaching them to sit when you ask or come when you call, but there are some far more important things that should form part of their early education. We need our dogs to be social and safe when they meet people and other dogs, and we need them to take in their stride all the things that form part of the day-to-day life of a modern companion dog. This is how you prevent future behaviour problems and avoid a dog who may have fears and phobias or be reactive and worried. This doesn't happen naturally though. It takes a lot of work, first from the puppy's breeder long before they even come home with you, and then from you as the new owner. But time spent on this vital part of your puppy's life will pay off later as they turn into the go-anywhere dog of your dreams. Most people know that puppies need to be socialised, but few people understand what that really means, how to do it, and when to do it. So the first thing to note is that there are two parts to what is usually just called socialisation. The first, the actual socialisation bit, involves introducing the puppy positively to all the things you want them to have a social relationship with. In other words, to play with and to interact with. Generally, this is just people and other dogs, and it includes all kinds of people. Women, men, children, babies, people with hats, people with umbrellas, people with flapping clothing. You get the picture. The other bit, called habituation, is teaching the puppy that there are lots of things in their new life that, while they could be seen as being potentially scary or wildly distracting, are just things to ignore and not to get worried or excited about. And this can be anything from vacuum cleaners to fireworks, from joggers to livestock, from traffic to cyclists and so on. So socialisation means you play with it, habituation means you ignore it. The tricky bit of this socialisation, though, is that there are only certain times during the development of your puppy's brain when these things can be learned. After that, the window of opportunity in the part of your dog's development that's responsible for the soft skills and for staying safe closes. And the way that dog will react to people, other dogs, situations, their social skills and their behavioural competencies are now pretty much set in stone, because once brain connections are made, they can't be unmade. The socialisation part begins when your puppy starts to become sentient at around 15 days old and finishes at about 14 weeks old, although this varies in different breeds and different types of dog. During this time, your puppy is learning who their social group is, who they feel safe around, and who they're happy to look on as being part of their family. The habituation period, though, is far shorter. All animals need to learn very quickly what is safe and what is dangerous if they want to survive. So this period starts at sentience, but finishes largely at about 7 weeks old. Although reassessments, so is it really safe, and generalisations, so I knew it was safe when I was with the breeder, but is it safe here too, these are being made for a few more weeks after that. And it's not just introducing puppies to all these things either. It's about doing it in a positive, fun way, so they feel happy around these things. Because as well as learning what things are safe, puppies are also learning what things are scary or potentially dangerous. So when it comes to socialisation and habituation, it's as much about how you do it as it is about what you do. So how can we use this knowledge of our puppy's early development to make sure our dogs are well-adjusted and safe members of canine society? Well, first of all, make sure your puppy comes from a knowledgeable breeder who understands socialisation and habituation and has prioritised this with their puppies. Much of this vital work happens in this time while puppies are still with their breeder. Then, once the puppy comes home with you, make sure everyone in the family handles them gently and that they get time to learn to trust these new people in their life. Next, make a chart for each week up to 16 weeks and include all the things that you want your puppy to be social to and the things that you don't want them to be worried about. This could include different people, different dogs, traffic, trains, groomers, pubs, anything and everything that you might want them to accept as an adult dog. And then tick off every experience they get and try to get 3 exposures to each one in each week. Your chart will help you see what you might be missing. Next, don't allow your puppy to be frightened in these early weeks, but make sure they get the chance to see and hear all the usual household objects, but at a safe distance where they're not worried, such as vacuum cleaners, televisions, and reward them for ignoring them. Introduce your puppy to a variety of different people, men, women, children, anyone you can find, but always make sure they have good experiences with them and that they're rewarded with treats to make the association that people mean good stuff. Next, find a good puppy playgroup so your puppy can mix with other dogs and people in a safe and controlled environment. Then get on the internet, find an app with strange noises on it, such as thunderstorms, fireworks, gunshots, and then you can play these quietly at random times when your puppy is doing fun stuff like playing or eating, and this can help reduce noise phobias in the future. Just always watch your puppy carefully to make sure that they're not worried by these noises. Then get your puppy out as much as you can to a variety of different places, always making sure they're happy and not worried by anything. Give them plenty of treats to teach them that the world is a safe and a wonderful place. And lastly, if you have any concerns, find an appropriately trained and qualified behaviourist who will help you. But most importantly, really enjoy these early weeks with your new puppy, teaching them how to be the dog of your dreams.